So you got yourself a new guitar and you've learned a handful of open chords and maybe some strumming patterns. And that's great, but maybe you're thinking to yourself, man, I really don't see the big picture, how do all these chords kind of fit together? Or maybe you've been playing guitar for a while and you know some friends and people who've been playing longer than you have told you, you need to learn some music theory, but maybe you're a little bit intimidated and you think it's gonna be a little bit too hard for you. I'm Nate Savage.
I'm Chelsea Amber.
And we're here today to tell you that music theory is not too hard for you to understand and really grab a hold of and to know what's going on. So we have a couple of really simple, easy things that we're going to show you to help you start getting into music theory, start learning how chords fit together, learning how keys work, and just some really cool tips to help you learn songs faster and even come up with your own songs.
And we have a cheat sheet to make things easier for you.
So there is a lot to music theory, but getting into the basics of it doesn't really require a lot of brain power. And if you can, download the PDF cheat sheet, and all it is, it's all the major scales or major keys listed out for you. And if you look at the center line there, you're going to see the key of C major. You can just tell what key you're looking at by the first letter in each scale. And the one right in the middle is the key of C major. And I put that one in the middle because it has no sharps and no flats. Now here's our first little concept for being able to tell, you know, how to put what chords together and what chords are okay to play to make up songs, is to take the first, fourth, and fifth notes of any of the major scales that are here. And when you have a major scale, you're going to be in a major key. But take the first, fourth, and fifth notes, and those are going to be your options, your basic options for major chords that you can put together. So if you look at the key of C major there right in the middle, the first note is a C, so you can have a C major. The fourth note is an F, so you can have an F major. And the fifth note is a G, so you can have a G major. And these aren't the only options you have when you're figuring out songs or trying to write your own music, but they are a very basic, good place to start. So C, F, and G are the naturally occurring major chords in the key of C major. And all you have to do really is remember 1, 4, and 5, 1, 4, 5 major, and then look at your cheat sheet to find out the major chords available to you in whatever key you're looking at.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's great, but how do I tell which chords are minor in a key? So in that case, you just look at the second, third, and sixth notes in the scale, and those will be your minor chords. So in the case of the key of C major, for example, your second note is D, so you'd have D minor. The third note is E, so you'd have E minor, and then your sixth note is A, so you'd have an A minor.
And that's all you really have to remember to get started is 1, 4, and 5 major, 2, 3, and 6 minor. And there's a reminder here on the cheat sheet for you. The uppercase M's next to the 1, 4, and 5 stand for major chords, and the lowercase M's on the 2, 3, and 6 stand for minor chords. Now, the reason we started this video out with a song is because we're going to go through and play 5 pop tunes for you and show you how this works and how easy this is to apply to music you hear on a daily basis. Now, that song by Eagle Eye Cherry that we started out with. A minor, F, C, and G. And when I say just a letter, I'm talking about major chords. So A minor, F major, C major, and G major. Now this is where you got to start to play detective with this cheat sheet. If you suspect, that a song is in a certain key, I'm just going to tell you right now the song is in the key of C major. So look at the 1 chord. It's going to be major, right? What's the 4 chord? It's an F, and it's going to be major. That chord is also in this tune. The 5 chord, what is that? It's a G. It's going to be major. It's also in this tune. And the only other chord that we have here, we started off on an A minor, and that's the 6th chord. So all those chords fit the key of C major. So I'm fairly confident, I'm very confident in saying that this song is in the key of C major. And that works out to be a 6, 4, 1, 5 progression in the key of C. And I know that's a lot of information to throw you, but don't worry, we're going to go through a few more examples to help kind of solidify this idea for you. So Crying by Aerosmith. It's in the key of A major. I'm just going to tell you right away. And the next one I won't. I'll let you kind of guess and put the pieces together. But all you have to do is look at the 1, 4, and 5 chords. If all the chords that are being used in the song are diatonic or naturally occurring in that key. We have an A. That's the 1 chord. E, the next chord, is the 5 chord. Look at the 6th chord. What is it? The 6th note of that scale is an F sharp, and we have an F sharp minor. Remember, the 6th chord is a minor chord. And the next chord is a D major. That's the 4 chord. Check out the number 4. It's a major chord, right? So the major chords that we're using are A, E, and D. Fits perfectly with the key of A major. And we just get confirmation when we look at the 6th chord, the F sharp minor. Right? And then again, those aren't the only chords that you can use. These 7 chords in a major key that occur naturally in whatever key you're in, but they are a good starting point.
If I were a boy, even just for a day, I'd roll out of bed in the morning and throw on what I wanted and go.
So the chord pattern for this is 6, 4, 1, 5. In the key of F sharp, the 6 is D sharp minor. And then you've got a 4, which is B major. And then you've got your F sharp major, which is the 1. And then you end off with the 5, which is C sharp major. So take a look at your cheat sheet and find the key of F sharp. It's the one that starts with F sharp as the 1, and you'll see the 1, the 4, the 5, the 6, they all are in this song.
All right, let's do another one. I'm not going to tell you what key this one is in until the very end, so you can kind of get an idea of how to go about playing detective to figure out what key a song is in, right? This is a song by Train. Hey Soul Sister, is that the proper title of this?
Yes.
Okay. One tip I have for you as you start to learn more about music theory and how to find out how keys work and things like that is the chord you start with is not always necessarily the key you are in. So just keep that in mind. You do have to do some detective work, like I said, to figure out what key you're actually playing in. The chords in this song are E major, and I'll go through the progression with you too. B major, C sharp minor, and A major. Now, originally, we were going to start on the chorus of this song, which it starts on an A. So it starts on an A, and a lot of people would be tempted to think, hey, the song's in A because it starts with an A on the chorus, which is not the case here. That's a clue. So think about it. E major, A major, B major, C sharp minor. Look at your cheat sheet, just look at a few of the keys there, and a great way to start would be to look at the key of E major, A major, and B major because you're using major chords with those letters, right? And then the kicker is our C sharp minor. It's a minor chord, so it has to be either 2, 3, or 6. And I'm just telling you, this is all these chords in this particular song are naturally occurring chords, so they stick to our little formula: 1, 4, 5 for major, 2, 3, and 6 for minor. So if you look at the 6th chord, 4, the key of E major, find that on your cheat sheet, that is going to be your 6th chord, and that's kind of like the confirmation for what key you're in, so we're in the key of E major. So the first part that we played, we started with an E. So that kind of gives us our tonal center of E. And then we can just look at the other chords we're using, the 1, 4, 5, and the 6 to confirm that we're in the key of E major. All right, one more song for you just to help you get this down, you know, the idea of 1, 4, 5 major, 2, 3, and 6 minor. And it's the Bob Marley tune, No Woman, No Cry. And it's in the worst key ever, C sharp major, 7 sharps. A lot of people are like, why are you doing that? It's kind of in between, and it was a live version, so I don't know if they were down-tuned or what for their guitars, but it's in C sharp major, man. So I'll just play this and we can talk about it.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Say, 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 here, little darling, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Say, say, say.
So this, like I said, it's a nasty key to think about because it's all sharps. And if you look at the key of C major in the middle of the page, if you work your way up, you get more and more sharps for whatever key you're in until you work your way up all the way to C sharp major at the very top, all sharps. So here's the chords we're using: C sharp major, G sharp major, A sharp minor, and F sharp major. So check out the 1, 4, and 5 chords for the key of C sharp major. And you're gonna find that it matches up perfectly: C sharp major, F sharp major for the 4, G sharp major for the 5, and the one chord that we have left is the 6th chord, A sharp major. And that just confirms that we're in the key of C sharp. So there is a lot to learn about music theory, but this is a really good place to start, just getting familiar with how keys work and how, you know, certain chords go together. And, you know, in the comments below, we'd like to know what part of music theory you find the most difficult. Leave a comment there and we'd love to help you out.
Yeah, and we have a challenge for you. We want you to find your favorite song. Don't look at what key it's in, but look at the chords and then use your cheat sheet and see if you can figure out what the key actually is.
See you later.